So now we're going to look at laying out the palette. Okay, so I like to use a light palette just so I can see the color mixes more accurately in the lights. If you've got a very dark palette, then it's harder to judge your light mixes. And in terms of layout of colors, I like to go from light to dark, from warm into cool. Let's just start with the white first. I'm going to put about 4 or 5 inches of paint out there. Then about an inch, 3 or 4 centimeters of paint. So it's always better to give yourself lots of paint rather than trying to mix up extra paints in mid-flow. Just make sure you've got enough. And these are cheap paints anyway. Doesn't really matter too much if you waste these paints. Okay, so then put my black here. Burnt umber. There. Then I like to put a gradation, a tonal gradation for each color. So I'll just move these out of the way. Right, so if you see these colors here, these are very dark. The blue, purple, and alizarin. Well, I'll get around to that in a second. So if we lighten these colors, it's just easier to mix them in, because if you're mixing these dark colors into a light color, there's going to be too much contrast. It's more difficult to mix a subtle color okay, so I like to mix something, so that would be like a dark blue. I like to mix something, let's say, looks like a blue would. So it's like a mid blue. Okay. And then what I would do with the paint that's left on the palette knife, mix up a lighter tone. I'm going to do that with all the colours. make sure all this paint is thoroughly mixed. Okay, then wiping off the palette knife. Don't want to contaminate the next colour. So in this mid purple, I'm looking for like what looks like a purple. Using that colour, what's left on the palette knife, to mix the next tone. Just give that more of a mix. Clean the palette knife. So looking for this mid alizarin. Then with what's left on the palette knife. Gonna mix up a lighter version. Surprising just how dark that colour is with what's left on the palette knife there. Okay. Wiping off palette knife. Get some of that orange up. A lighter orange. Wipe your palette knife. Yellow. So if you look at the palette knife that I'm using there, not the typical shape. I find this is pretty useful getting into smaller areas. Okay, so that's how I would prepare the palette.